Yeah,
And
welcome
we're
back.
back.
Yeah, episode 23.
3?
Yeah, I think it's
23.
23. Yeah.
Washed but never washed up.
Oh yeah, it's our Jordan moment.
Ooh, we ain't even know it.
Oh,
Last dance.
yeah. Yeah.
But
So,
nah.
welcome back, man. Shout out to everybody that's been listening on Spotify. All everybody that subscribed to the YouTube page thus
Yo,
far.
yo, yo, yo.
I appreciate you niggas and nigglets and everything in between. I don't think there's much in between that.
Wiglets.
Yeah, my wiglets, man. Yeah, all y'all too. Um, I'm not gonna do all the shout outs this time, man, cause fuck it. Nah. I just we'll get to y'all. What the fuck you been on this week, man?
Uh, I've actually had a pretty decent week. I'm not complaining, mostly because I'm accepting the fact that shit just gonna be weird. Now that it's weird for everybody, I guess misery loves company. So, for everybody that's actually out there in the world and sees how weird shit is, man, shout out to y'all. Um, I ran into my nigga Sketch.
Shout out Sketch, man.
Yeah, man, shout
Welcome
out
back
Sketch.
to Atlanta.
Uh, City and Ink fam. You know what I'm saying? My nigga moved out to Vegas. Came up crazy. I really fuck with Sketch because this nigga really, he was one of the few people I saw put in the work to improve. Like every time I saw him, he was doing something to get better. And
Yeah.
I appreciate, like, as an artist in a respective field, I understand the process of trying to get better, like honing your skills. So seeing niggas go through that shit is dope and actually get to a point, like, it's encouraging. But yeah, man, it was cool, man. I got tattooed for the first time in a long time. Shit feel like, yeah, the war's starting now apparently.
It's the only downside of living towards this private airport, man. Niggas on a clear port all
Right.
day. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was cool to get tattooed. It's weird how tattooing is cathartic in the sense,
Yeah. For
like
sure.
running. Uh, it's like a workout where you just sit there. You know what I mean? Like mentally, your mind goes places. And having a conversation with a tattoo artist is like confession. Like, it's like y'all both walk in a booth and y'all talk about y'all life.
And I also feel like it's super addictive too.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm probably gonna go back and get 2 or 3 more. I already gotta go back because
Them crack twos.
yeah, shout out my nigga Q, man. He fucked up my night. But yeah, man,
Shout out to
I
Q.
didn't end up getting tattooed until like 3 in the morning. So it was really like trap tatting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the highlight of my week. I don't really have anything else going on. What else did I do this weekend? I didn't cook shit. It's been cool not cooking, man. I've been watching niggas get their meals off.
Meals to
Shout
go.
out to Decatur Trav, Decatur Zone. I saw them seafood fries, loaded seafood fries at that. What's in that mix? It's something with red onion. I bet it's lump crab meat. If you really on your shit, it might be coleslaw. Anyway, shout out to Decatur Trav and Decatur Zone. Um, what else have I been doing
What else?
doing this week? I've been trying to read more, and I realized that my attention span is crazy. So I bought a book recently. I'm probably gonna end up giving this shit to Sketch because we had a whole conversation about samurai ethic and like Japanese.
Y'all niggas took a deep dive.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Because he's a big fan of Japanese style tattooing, and we were talking about the reason he got into it. For all those that don't know, the first documented samurai, or at least one of the first samurais that was ever in writing, was probably like 1600 some shit, early. But Yusuke is an African American samurai. Said he was like 10 feet tall, according to. That was almost a disaster. It was cool. It was like he was like huge. He fought with the strength of 10 men. You know what I mean? You know how niggas is wherever we show up in countries that we look foreign. We usually run shit.
So he was 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he was Shaq.
He was 140 pounds.
Yeah.
And the Chinese were amazed. They'd never seen a man so large.
Gojira. He used to breathe fire. That's what Godzilla really is about. It's a documentary when they found the first African Americans They just came through knocking over buildings, fucking
Yeah,
bitches
yeah.
and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know where we was going with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm planning on getting more tattoos. But yeah, Yusuke was a black samurai. That's all it is. And they talk about a lot of his conversation, or like not a lot of his legend kind of fits the narrative. Oh, like, oh yeah, black people was everywhere.
Yeah, we everywhere. You ain't never there, nigga. Yeah, but yeah, I ain't really been on shit. I was just complaining about my week before the pod. Just full disclosure. Um, I took a deep dive into like fucking mafia shit for some reason. So I watched.
Twins.
Yeah. What's crazy is what's it, Fire City? No, Fear City. Some shit like that. It's on YouTube. I mean Netflix. They just dropped. It's a documentary about like Gambino crime family in New York, I believe. And but before that, I had just took a deep dive into like I watched a few documentaries about Al Capone. Um, just a whole bunch of random shit. It's been cool, but I don't know, man. I started to think about like, yo. So I usually don't have the full weekend off. I'm usually like at work on the weekends, which is like a blessing and a curse. I don't know how it's a blessing, but people tell me I should be happy about being someone's slave. But yeah. And
Your
I
master
realized,
treat us good, boss.
I realize, yo, I'm sure I've said this on another pod, but yeah, I don't know what people do. Like, like what do people do? It's like, is life just like a series of just visiting other people?
I think it becomes that for people who don't necessarily have hobbies.
Yeah. Other than obviously, we cut some songs this weekend, civil motherfucking rights.
Stay tuned.
Um, but yeah, we always doing that. So like, when I have genuine free time, I'm either thinking about the next shit I'm gonna create, or like that's really all I do is just like feed my brain with shit.
That's why it's like
But information.
I hate letting people. I think my wash moment is I'm cool with ignoring shit that doesn't like. You're not just gonna bring me shit. I'm cool with ignoring the possibility to do some shit or have a conversation just because I gotta sort through my shit. I know one of the things that my grandmother used to do is like, yo, she would disappear. Not disappear, but like take trips where she was uncontactable. This is before cell phones. Like, so she would take cruises. She would, you know what I'm saying? Like, take church trips, all that type of shit. And I realized it's like, yo, y'all kind of gotta leave me alone. Like, I gotta have my space. And it's not, it ain't personal. Like, and most niggas know, like, cause they understand. All my best friends are the ones I talk to the least. Like, I realize, like, and not even in a negative way. I mean, like, we speak when we have some shit to do. Like, I link up or say like I link up with Taji because we share ideas and a lot of our interests merge. Like,
and also like I feel sorry to cut you off, but I feel like at least for me, it's like all my friends are creatives, so it's like we all kind of be doing our own creative endeavors. All
it's
at the
weird.
Same time.
It's weird when you're like a friend of somebody or like you're dating a chick and they don't have anything going on. So they're really interested in the shit you got going on,
or just the interests of the world. Like they're like when like a world story breaks, it's like a big thing to them.
Yeah. Everything on social media is like groundbreaking.
Yeah. When it's just like, I mean, I don't give a fuck about most things.
Yeah.
Like, wait, does this thing have something to do with me? I always stop people like, how does this affect me? And when they say it doesn't, I just stop caring.
Patrice O'Neal had a joke where he talks about like talking to his girl, and he's like, "Yeah, I just make her start at the end of the story, see if I give a fuck before she even finish it."
Yeah, that's kind of like my mentality. Like, I don't want to. I mean, I don't mind. Like, obviously I'm a sports fan, so I catch like strays from that. But other than like when it's just like becomes to like Beyonce's new fucking haircut or some shit, it's like
Beyonce cut all her hair off.
yeah. Or like whoever was the latest chick that got never mind.
Shot in the foot.
I was about to say Bloods, don't get me. I'm sorry, yo. I swear to God, we gonna bleep that. Yeah, but whatever, like the
I'm
you know,
6'2", man. Like I'm.
it's a lot of them though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a lot of us.
it is a lot of us. But still, hey, it's all love. But
Anyway.
yeah, whatever the like salacious headline is in the news, you know what I mean? Like, it always finds itself to me, but I try my best to like avoid the details of it. You know what I mean? Unless I find it interesting, like particularly interesting, which I rarely do.
I think people are more wrapped up in what's going on in social media just because there's no outside world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
We're all kind of living in a bubble.
damn. And how long have we been living in this bubble?
Yeah, shit, like maybe 6 months now, 4 months,
Maybe longer.
5. Yeah, it felt like 6. It feels like 6 months, but I'm sure it's probably like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, from
Because it definitely hasn't been a full half of the year.
from the
Or more than
standpoint,
half of the year.
I feel like part of this is just like a opportunity to gather information. Like everybody's just kind of sitting at home. It's a major digital drag on all the things that people are involved in. So anything that's happening now, as far as voting, as far as economics, like I notice a lot of people are starting to invest. I think everything is going to be indicated, like everything, the information that they gather now is going to be determining the next 50 to 100 years of where the culture of society goes. Because this is a global event. Everybody's just been like examining how certain countries respond. That's why America's under such fire now, just because everything is happening at once. You got a global pandemic, you got social uprising, and we're not handling it any better than any other country has.
And an election approaching. You know, so 100 days.
So it kind of looks. I've been talking with people.
Shout out to Joey Biden.
Joey badass Biden.
Regular Jizzo.
If Joe Budden get Joe Biden on the podcast, bro, you win.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, you win, bro.
Yeah. See
The optics alone, B.
Yeah.
You gotta think big. Think big, buddy.
Need Joe Budden in the B-boy. I mean Joe Biden in the B-boy stance.
in an Adidas tracksuit, because he showed up in it because he thought that would this is what they wear. This is what they wear, right?
He told Charlamagne he wasn't black, so I fuck with that.
He told Charlamagne he wasn't black.
He's like some shit. If you don't think I'm down for black or some shit, then you ain't black. He said you ain't black too. I love that, man. I mean, Charlamagne, who knows how black Charlamagne is?
That's his hot sauce in my bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He was trying to get on.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Hillary, man.
Whatever, man. Fuck these niggas.
Yeah.
We got to do a top 5 politicians who aren't pedophiles.
Can we get 5? I don't think.
Top 2.
Nah.
1.
I don't know. I give you, the one I'd say is Jimmy Carter.
Shout out to Abe.
A-Town.
Hey, I don't think AOC is a pedophile.
Who's AOC? I don't know shit.
Ala.
Oh, the chick?
Olivia.
No, we thought we said presidents.
Cortez. Oh no, politicians.
Oh, politicians. Okay.
Presidents Jimmy Carter.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's plenty. There's a few politicians, like all the bad bitches. Like that's the one y'all named. Yeah, she a little baddie, man. Shout out to you, man. Pop that pussy for a real nigga.
I love a Rose Compollos.
I love a bitch in a pantsuit.
Hey, baby, you trying to pop a tag in Lane Bryant? Hell yeah.
Bitch, I'm gonna copy your new shoulder pads.
You ever seen Murphy Brown? Anyway. But yeah, man, what topic you want to start with first?
We can do some strays. I first want to talk about, shout out Lou Will, man. Shout out homegirl Drea too. Yeah. I seen she does PR for Lou Will, so they got the mops out, nigga. They trying to clean this shit up. I saw, apparently he got photographed in
doing Atlanta nigga shit
in Magic City. Yeah, getting wings in the Magic.
It's a restaurant, City. Bro.
Yeah, definitely. So like I said this on Twitter, and I don't know if I should walk it back or not, but certain like news lady was like, or somebody.
Nigga piped up, boy.
She was like, "Yo, going to Magic City to get wings is just like going to the post office in Atlanta." I'm like, "Whoa, bitch! Like, shut the fuck up! Like, that's not what it is. Like, for anybody from Atlanta, I know. Hey, I love Lou Will, but that's not what it is. First of all, everybody don't live like a fucking athlete, motherfucker. What do you think? Like, yeah, rappers and athletes, that's like going to the post office for them. I agree, but like for the average person, you're acting like people on my block are hitting fucking Magic City to get wings. Man, we got 20 wing spots in between Magic
Full
City.
disclosure, the first time I went to Magic City, shout out my nigga E, was 2019, end of 2019.
Yeah, we've been going to other strip clubs. You want to keep it funky? We was
Yeah.
fucking with Follies.
Gold Rush.
Gold Rush too.
Yeah. Gold Rush is probably my favorite strip club in Atlanta.
I mean, Follies is my favorite. I ain't gonna lie.
Follies, I've
Had the greatest times. With
yeah,
Follies.
they played Can I Live in Follies.
Yeah, we had some good nights, bro.
Yeah.
We had special nights in Follies, bro. Real shit. R.I.P.
That
Follies.
was the first strip club I think we went to.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah. Shout out Jamal, man.
Yeah. Just talked to him today. Yeah, man.
That
Been
shit
to Follies.
crazy, boy.
I've been to Follies.
That shit may never happen again.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's close, bro.
I mean, not even Follies, but just strip clubs in general.
Yeah.
Nigga hit me about going to the strip club. I was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, that's kind of dead for me, man.
Yeah, why would I want to do it? I kind of didn't want to do it then.
I feel like strip clubbing is a young nigga sport.
Strip
or
clubs.
a really old, weird nigga sport.
My theory on strip clubs has always been like, yo, it's like amusement parks. It's something you do when your niggas come in town. You go in there, you ride a couple rides, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go home sweaty and stinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I had a homie from out of town, like we could definitely. Yeah.
Tashi need a mic.
Yeah, if we had a homie from out of town, yeah, we definitely gonna hit, man. If that's what he want to do, but it ain't like, nigga. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, not to fucking toot my own horn. It's like, nigga, at this point, nigga, I can just get a bad bitch to do nasty shit. Like, nigga, I don't need to. What the fuck do I need to hit the strip club for?
Why I need to play virtual club?
I'm gonna get my dick sucked for real, nigga. I'm not paying. Nah, I'm good out here, man.
Shout out to all my strippers, man. I always say, like, the favorite out of any chick I ever dated, strippers be at least the ones I end up catching.
I feel like I could catch a stripper on a regular day.
They the realest bitches you ever fuck with.
Oh yeah,
bro.
for sure. Like I didn't
Because
have
they already seen every shade of nigga. Like,
yeah. So you gotta be goddamn quick draw McGraw.
Strippers and bartenders on the low.
Yeah.
I don't know where we was going with this.
They demand satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? So
if they fuck with you, you know it's real. Like you ain't really got to second guess shit.
Yeah, I don't know what we was talking about. Oh yeah, the Lou Will shit. So apparently, Lou Will got photographed with rapper Jack Harlow. Don't trust white rappers except Eminem. Shout out Eminem, man. I fuck with you. Yeah. Jack Harlow apparently took the photo. You fucking snitch. You snitch ass rapper.
That's why y'all niggas can't be cool with niggas who knew.
Yeah, man.
And you an Atlanta nigga, man. It's no photos, bro.
I think the only rapper I trust with glasses, well, maybe two. E40 and Lupe.
Yep.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Damn.
Think about it.
You put the pressure on.
Like real life glasses and shit. Yeah, that's it, bro.
Yep.
I was like, gee, all right, man. He's already white and he wears glasses. All right, man. I don't trust it. And his name is Jack. I don't know any.
Jack just sound like steel.
Yeah, Jack sound like slavery.
Appropriate Harlow.
Yeah.
Gentrify Harlow.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jack Harlow with his snitching ass. He tried to like clean it up afterwards, but actually they have the same PR. So shout out to Drea.
Getting it bread, boy.
Yeah. But I know you're working right now. Trying to clean that
Big
shit
time,
up.
Big time, boy.
But yeah.
She out here getting her Carrie Washington on, man.
Yeah. She is the fixer.
What's the name of that show? Scandal. Damn.
Yeah. Taji knew the answer just for the audience. I didn't know that. I'd never know that.
That's couple shit, man.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Lies. Big lies.
He's got a Scandal tee on. Like, look, I didn't know they had merch.
Scandal merch. Coming soon.
Carrie Washington mask. I just want that.
Ooh, yeah. That's weird, bro.
Oh, my bad. We could get into. Let's see what we got.
You out here looking like a half transformed werewolf. Why does her teeth look so crazy in that mask?
I never even seen it, man. I'm not necessarily a Carrie Washington fan, to keep it real.
It's touch and go.
Yeah, I mean, I Hate My Wife. I think. Was
Yeah,
cool.
that was the first one.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to touch on was the NFAC, my favorite black activist group right now. Gunshots. Not fucking around coalition.
Yeah.
They showed up in Louisville in protest of the Breonna Taylor, the officers that killed Breonna Taylor not being arrested. I really fuck with this type of energy. Like I said on the previous podcast, it was dope when the new Black Panthers showed up in Brunswick, Georgia, outside of the McMichaels household, because it need to be. You need to feel that pressure too. You can't expect people not to feel some kind of way when there's a disproportionate amount of death, not even like harassment, like y'all killing niggas out here. So yeah, I want niggas to show up. I want niggas to have straps. I want niggas to walk around with their chests out. I want, as Chop would say, I want you to
keep it up.
Yeah, nigga it up, bro. Keep your nigga on.
Yeah, but I always have two schools of thought when I see, I only see the clips on Twitter. I ain't gonna lie, like I did mad research on these niggas. But the reason why I'm always fearful about black movements is it's always a Terry Crews in that motherfucker, man. Like it's always a nigga who was willing to be a mole.
Well, I think progress always works in waves. So,
Malcolm X had feds all around him. He ain't know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you see that shit happen, and you hope that,
hope
there's always somebody who's gonna learn from the mistakes of the past. That's why, on the low, one of the reasons that we talk about researching the shit that
CIA is hard to outsmart though. It's not like you just fucking with like another nigga up the block, man. These motherfuckers got all the technology. They got all the information. They got everybody's social security, all that shit. So like, no matter how many filters you send these niggas through, it's so hard to be like, make sure everybody's 100.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not even saying that.
I think that's part of the reason why it's kind of inevitable. Like people kind of have to have face-to-face interactions, and you have to kind of know who you fucking with. Like,
I think like if somebody was to start a movement, you got to treat this shit like each member would have to like go through a rigorous process of like actually being in the group. Like I remember they were talking about doing that shit with the Panthers. Like when they would bring people there, like they introduce them to Huey and he kind of like give them the up and down. Like, all right, man, you gonna study for a while on the outside. You're not a Panther yet, and then eventually, once we see who you are,
they have pledges.
Yeah, like.
No, that makes sense. Like, there needs to be a vetting process. Yeah. Like I think we can touch on the topic you were mentioning about the bar in the UK. So apparently there's a bar in the UK called Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Yeah, Alcatraz, but Alca is spelled like alcohol.
Yeah,
it's corny as fuck. Fuck Alcatraz.
Super whack, man.
Yeah, but anyway.
Black people in London, whatever you call yourself, I'm looking at you strange right now.
If you got any geotags in that bar, you probably in the house.
Yeah.
Nigga.
You know what we going through over here? You dressing up like a prisoner for fun?
Yeah, but apparently you gotta go in this bar dressed up like a prisoner and they serve you drinks in a booth shaped like a cell. And it's got like real cells, bars, little tables set up. And
I don't even understand what's fun about that. Apparently it's like an IG thing.
And I don't think that niggas over there don't have jails. Like, why would that be cool?
I don't know. Sometimes I think about black plight, like has many colors. Mm-hmm. So like, black plight in America is like we got the 13th Amendment basically. So that kind of makes people slaves in jail basically.
And because we have the history behind it, we kind of realize the significance. So for somebody in another
we don't play about jail.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really, like black people never play about jail. Like when I found out about it, I'm telling, I'm like, yo, th- how is this a thing? And then I'm asking, like, it's like, yeah, celebrities go there apparently, like black celebs. It's just like,
Dressed like prisoners.
what? Like, what are we doing? So, hey,
What do you
man,
call blackface?
yeah, that shit bad, man. Like,
I was about to say story of Adidon.
yeah, nah. I don't want that nigga from Houston to come kill us.
Shout out NBA YoungBoy.
Be safe, my nigga. That nigga don't fuck around.
Not at all. That
That nigga make courtesy calls. I'm gonna keep my phone on airplane mode, nigga, for the next 6
Best
days.
believe,
I'm gonna
nigga.
quarantine my phone, nigga. I'm trying to live, nigga.
But yeah, man. Shout out Jay Prince.
We love you, Jay Prince. We love you. Big fan.
Big fan. While we at it, Trick, bro. I need to come to Detroit.
Yeah. Shout out Trick too. My niggas.
I'm gonna take a selfie. I see you there, boy. Please believe.
Yeah, nigga. I'm gonna get that nigga autograph.
So I recently been talking with Amber about Kanye's antics. Shout out Amberland. And an interesting topic we came across was like the fact that he may not be bipolar. There's a branding for mental illness right now. Like,
and as you say that, I wonder for anybody that actually is bipolar that may listen to this pod,
like that nigga, that nigga's not.
would you brand your mental illness? It seems like a weird thing to do.
I think everybody kind of needs to play the blame game, or the victim party. Like it's the victim Olympics.
Yeah, the blame game. Yeah.
So when you have something that you can brand, as soon as like the medical powers that be give it a diagnosis, you can start a movement for it. Kind of like cancer. Like where's all the research for cancer going? Where's that money
going? It's sort of like Black Lives Matter.
So you see this trend in different infrastructures in America, especially nonprofits. Like all of that shit seemed like a racket. Like it seemed like a racket. And if it walked like a duck and it talked like a duck.
What's the shit that everybody donates to? Every time there's a tragedy here.
Red Cross?
Red Cross, thank you. Yeah, I watched the documentary about the Red Cross, and yeah, it is disgusting. Like only like 1% of like money donated actually goes to people.
Everybody on the board is millionaires.
Yeah, and then it's like they kind of need people to remain poor. Like it's a business, so like they can't actually solve the problem.
You always gotta look with the eye of scrutiny at any infrastructure that profits off tragedy.
Actually, like my boss,
FEMA, Red Cross, all that shit.
My boss had a really dope quote. I can't even lie. He was like, "Yo, when it comes like certain businesses, like when it comes to fixing things, you just gotta fix it enough so you can work on it." And that's what the Red Cross is.
That's construction.
Yeah.
That's how the mafia built they millions.
It's like, yeah, I'm the only person that can fix it. Yeah. So like you just fix it just enough where you gotta work on it some more. And that's kind of like the story of Red Cross, all those nonprofits, Black Lives Matter. Nigga, they probably putting all kind of money in the fucking police hands. Like we don't know where the fuck this money went. Ain't nobody questioning that.
We had to pay them so we could sit down and talk about what we could change.
Yeah. It's just like I said it on Twitter like yesterday. It's like, yo, I've been seeing all these celebrities like I donated I gave this much money to solve racism. Like how the fuck do you solve racism with money?
Cap.
How's that even a thing? Like, yo, like, you know, like I know it makes people feel better when they donate, but like, no, it's just a consciousness thing. I'm sorry. All right, donate all the money you want. Money is fucking disgusting. Money will money and morals never live in the same house. They don't hang out at the same clubs. They don't fuck the same bitches. Man,
They
none of
don't
that
eat the
shit.
same food.
Yeah, nigga.
Niggas don't go to the same club.
They don't cop the same gear,
Yeah,
nigga.
they don't smoke the same weed. Like
None of that shit, nigga. Like, so like for you to
money
think,
smoking mid, bro.
yeah,
Money always smoking mid.
yeah, money got burnt a few times and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Nigga.
not telling bitches.
Yeah,
Money not telling you it's dirty.
money Ike with the Iverson jersey. So yeah, man. The other day, I kind of, as I said, I kind of really dove into all the little white side of gang or culture. We should start calling it gang culture because they could call our shit gang culture. They call this shit organized crime and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Y'all trying to whitewash.
You don't think niggas don't be
crime.
organizing and shit, nigga? It take a lot to make a fucking rolling 60s, nigga. It's a whole fucking
R.I.P. Nip, nigga.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you
man.
talking about?
nigga. But so I watched on the History Channel they have this shit about the mongrels versus the Hell's Angels, which you know I don't know if anybody gives a fuck, but you know biker gangs in L.A. and they basically been fighting over the turf. Just like the Crips and Bloods, you know what I mean? Same shit, except they be using bombs and shit. And you know what this all started over? A bitch.
Yup.
So, and this is like a 20, 30-year war going on. Like,
It's a whole series based off that conflict. Sons of Anarchy is
I was
loosely
about to say
based
that's
off
what.
of.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, I never seen Sons of Anarchy, so.
Should low key be snitching.
Yeah, I'm sure like one of the Hell's Angels, like former Hell's Angels, probably helped.
Yeah, R.I.P. What's his name, man? Hunter S. Thompson. His book.
You know what's insane, bro? 'Cause after I watched that, I watched a Hunter S. Thompson documentary they did on Showtime years ago.
Gonzo.
I don't remember what it's called. Probably. Yeah. But anyway, go on.
But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson wrote a book about the time he spent with the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
I think he had a hit out on him for a few years, but this was like the early.
Yeah, because you can't really leave.
Yeah, he wasn't. He never pledged though.
Okay.
But he just wrote a book about it. That's kind of
Giving up
snitching.
too much information. Yeah.
But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson.
Because he would just do shit to do it.
to do it.
Just to figure
That's
it out.
why. That's where he had the type of career he had. Like he wrote for Sports Illustrated and Playboy.
Yeah, you can do it all. But yeah, man. So it's just funny to see how the way the History Channel will like, because I believe they actually do have documentaries about the Crips and Bloods, and it's like when you see the depiction of the Crips and Bloods versus like the Hell's Angels, like you put a nigga on a bike and all of a sudden it's like it means a little bit more. It's like it's deep. It's not all about just fucking getting money and shit, because that's what it's about. I mean, everything's about getting money.
Yeah, it's like they put it up on a pedestal.
Yeah, you can buy yourself a fucking Hell's Angel T-shirt at any of the like little white hipster stores and shit. Like it's nothing. I remember Killer Mike making that point in his trigger warning shit. You know, like, and he tried to do the Cripicola shit, which was cute. And shout out to big niggas who smile a lot. But
At me, nigga.
you like a nigga make a move, nigga. Might run your jewels. Yeah, but I think that shit was cute, but like, because you already know America didn't already demonize Bloods and Crips. It's no like redemption for them because
Yeah, it was a war on drugs.
yeah, and they would automatically talk about fucking gangs. Like that's the first people they pointed to. So like, you know, it was cool to put that idea because the thought should be talked about more. How like, you know, groups like the Hells Angels can like really kind of live in corporate America. Like they get to like kind of be 1 foot in and 1 foot out, but I don't know any black organization that can dabble in anything illegal and fuck around and still have like, you know, corporations willing to buy into their brand. Because if you see a Hell's Angel tee at a fucking any kind of market or something, that means like a big company bought into them. Like so, it's like you think fucking Crips could do that? Like they didn't even want Nipsey to open up the fucking store in California. He had to fight for that shit.
Yeah, they was raiding that shit every other week.
Yeah, they was been fucking with the nigga. So like, I don't know what my point is to people, but it's just something to look at, man. You know, it's just interesting how I watched a documentary about Al Capone, and it's like he was a sharp dresser, he was a nice guy, and it's all this shit.
The people loved him.
But if I watch a fucking documentary about Tuki, it's like he was wild. He was shooting 10 niggas in
super
a
predator.
day. Yeah, Like,
He used to eat people.
yeah, man. So
And even the way they're dealt with, one
yeah.
of the things, I don't know what podcast I
Tuki
was
was on
listening
death
to.
row. Al Capone did like 8 years, and he happened to die from syphilis or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But I was listening to somebody who mentioned it, and I thought I was the only one who knew about this in 1985 in Philadelphia. There was this black organization called Move, and it was kind of like
Black Mafia esque.
Black Mafia esque, but more so politically motivated. And
They more. I know they like.
they
supposed to be.
bombed the house they were living in. They
Yeah.
actually bombed the location they were living in, and the neighbors confirmed it. They were like, "Yo, it just sounded like."
It's actually on YouTube too. So if you Google the Move bombing,
If you sat back and looked at it from the perspective of the people who were there, you're like, oh. And you think about it still happening today. I remember they had that black guy in Dallas who killed. He was like labeled a black militant on the internet allegedly, and he had videos posted of him talking about America and how its treatment of African Americans was essentially slave labor. It was like right after the 13th Amendment. I mean, excuse me, the 13th documentary. I just remember it being a few.
Shout out to Ava DuVernay. Was that her?
Yeah, it was Ava DuVernay. Like it was just a few incidents where you saw like movements or uprisings, like people felt some kind of way. But anyway, this dude in Dallas killed police officers and they just blew him up. They just sent a robot in there.
Yeah.
And they blew him up.
Because he killed 2 cops maybe. Yeah.
And I think they had him held up in the city. They said he was shooting at random people, but I think he was killing. I think he just had a specific goal to kill
And
police.
what was your man's name that Dave Chappelle talked about?
Chris Dorner.
Chris Dorner. Yeah, see, they Swiss cheese that nigga, as Dave Chappelle said. Like, nigga, they probably
And burned the house.
Yeah. They was like, they made it wasn't gonna be like a go to jail situation. Like Charles Manson is sitting in jail chilling and shit.
He just recently died. Yeah. I think 2018.
Oh, okay, well, was sitting in jail chilling. You know what I mean? He was saying crazy shit the whole time, nigga. Like
The Unabomber's still locked up.
Yeah.
Like, these are people who had terroristic intent. Like, you think about people like Fred Hampton, who they were at home, they were sitting in their house based off things that
shot that nigga up.
Based
man.
on things he
R.I.P.
said.
Fred Hampton. Yeah.
He said in a setting that upset the police in that area.
Yep.
So
I mean, a lot of Black Panthers, you know what I mean? Everybody wasn't Fred Hampton, so we don't know the countless people that just died randomly, you know what I mean? It got pulled over by the police with just because they had the fucking gear on and like they beat the nigga to death or something, you know what I mean? This is before camera phones. It wasn't everybody. I mean, you know, and I don't know if white people would have stood around and begged for then, you know, Fred Hampton's life because, you know, as they do the Crips and Bloods, they did the Panthers. Because, you know, if you really do your history on, like, gangs in general, like, they all spawned from just neighborhood protection. It wasn't always just about drug dealing and shit. It was about, yo, we got to stick together. We got to protect each other.
yeah, one of the movies that I fuck with, that I saw, I think during my Netflix era before I got broke, but Night Catches Us is a movie with Black Thought set in Philly around 75 when the Black Panthers really kind of had a strong movement.
Yeah.
And it was dope because you got to see what it was like during that time period, how the police interacted with black people, and how draw lines of comparison. Another Black Thought tangent. There was a documentary called the Black Power Mixtape. There was a collection of media footage scored by the Roots just from the 1970s. Talk with
I think it's 1968 to 1975, if I believe.
Yeah, I think it was the end of the
end of the 60s to the mid 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to see black people's perspective and in setting and how the train of thought correlates to now. All that shit is really, really kind of dope to be able to see, like you said in previous podcasts.
Yeah, I was going to say it again.
Like the only way to be able to tell where you're going is to know where you came from.
Yeah.
And
just study the past, man.
Yeah, black people's sentiments are always kind of like we understand. Like I understand that this is.
But also sometimes I think about that. I think the outrage of the youth comes from not understanding it. Like it's a shock.
Yeah,
to
we
them.
so far gone now.
Yeah,
like,
they think it's like shocking. You know, anytime like. You know, it's not like I don't have white friends and shit, but if they tell me about some racist shit, my response usually is like, "What? A white person is racist? No." You mean what? Jiminy Cricket's Batman. We gotta fucking solve a mystery, nigga. Somebody call Scooby Doo, nigga. Like it's not a big thing to me. Like I'm never shocked by racism. Like that's like, you know, water is wet, man.
Yeah.
You know?
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, it never. I mean, sometimes it's shocking when you see a video of somebody actually dying. Because if I watch a video of anyone dying, it's shocking. But
Right.
it's not the racism part that shocks me. Like that's normal, nigga. That's business as usual, nigga. That's America with 3 Ks. You know what I mean?
Like I hate niggas.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it was just funny watching all the little documentaries and just how like they depicted all the people. It's just like, man, Tookie did a lot of real shit, and a lot of these like
Big Meech did a lot of real shit.
yeah, like a lot of these people was in the hoods giving out turkeys on Thanksgiving. Like Al Capone used to do that shit too, like give away food and all that shit. But it's like, nigga, like first of all, a lot of fucking these top gangsters like kind of idolize Italians. You know what I mean? So they was following suit. Like Bumpy Johnson been doing that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you really go down the list, like even when you talk about Rich and Alpo, when you talk about people in the hood, they was like, man, he was showing love. Like, you know what I mean?
And don't get it fucked up. All infrastructure in America is built off organized crime. All of it, from the Kennedys to all that shit. Like it's built off organized crime. So somebody had to hit a lick in order to get up just to have representation in the first place.
Yeah. Like
And the only reason that it's demonized when it's us is because
it's us.
fear the black planet. Like you know what I mean? You can't really kind of. It's hard to mask it now, especially with social media. Everybody kind of has their own optic of what it looks like, and now they're skewing the narrative just so they can have a political pull. Like it looks like the country's falling apart when you see it through social media's eyes.
Yeah. It's definitely been a weird thing to watch it from that perspective, especially because I don't be out like that no more. I don't really be trying to be in the shits like I used to be. So
Yeah.
it's like, if anything, I'm trying to avoid the shits, the constipation, lifestyle. Um, but that's kind of what I really feel like I took from the whole weekend. It's like, man, look at like I always knew how like the depiction was like so very different, but when you like break it down to the actual events, like the white gangs would do versus what I know because I'm black. I know what black gangs do. It's like actually, yo, these motherfuckers are way worse, bro. Like Saint Valentine's Day massacre. Like I don't, like they can talk about the violence in Chicago, but like you can't attribute it to one person. Like it might just be a snowball effect because y'all fuck the city up and y'all don't give people the youth opportunity to do other things. But you can't just say like Debo Johnson like slain 14 police officers. You know what I'm saying with they back turned and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like we celebrate Al Capone. We don't celebrate. I mean, some of us celebrate Tookie, but or Tukey, but like he's not celebrated. Like especially not within white culture would never celebrate fucking Tukey Williams. Like I'm sure they don't even know who the fuck he is.
Nah.
Like so, that's just my thing, man. That's like what I did over the weekend. I got more disgusted by America.
You're welcome.
But yeah, what else we got?
Do we already talk about mental health and celebrities and how
We
it's
didn't
kinda
dive
branded?
deep enough into it. I feel like. Shout out to Kanye West. Everybody's been watching the Kanye shit. We didn't. I don't know why we never touched on it on the other pod, but
We kind of did.
we put our tip in. No homo. I mean, if it's
Whatever.
pussy, it's not homo, I guess. Well, shout out to the homos, man. Keep doing your thing.
Alphabet boys and girls.
Call them alphabet boys. Alphabet boys. That shit perfect. But yeah. We all watched the Kanye breakdown, and also I got hip to Wiley. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. Grime artist in the UK. Pretty big. Apparently, he had a lot of anti-Semitic tweets over the weekend, and it got dropped from his management and everything immediately. All the brand deals he
Y'all
had.
better stop fucking around, boy.
Yeah.
You gonna fuck up the bag.
But like they were saying, apparently like the talk is that he's going through a mental breakdown. But I'm like, is he? Is he though?
If I lost my bag, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
I'm going through a bank account
yeah,
breakdown.
yeah, man, you lose the bag, nigga. Yeah, I mean it's worth a breakdown, but you know,
I think there's been a branding of mental illness. We talked about it before the pod. It's like the victim Olympics.
yeah,
So everybody kind of has a category. Like
Yeah.
everybody's something. Like
Yeah.
you're something. And so
yeah. It's like
the people who are usually looked at as the most radical or most irrational are the ones who are like, man, it's I don't have a problem. I'm just me. You know what I mean?
yeah, white people got all lives matter disease and shit.
They got racist and traffic disease.
I can't help it. I just accidentally hang niggers, man, in my sleep.
Y'all just look suspicious to me. It's color blindness.
When I see black, I see red. Nigga. Yeah,
I got called a police-itis. But anyway, man, yeah. I don't know exactly. It's funny because racism is so nuanced that I don't think we'll ever solve it. Like, there'll always be some category that somebody can divide us on.
But it's always weird when I see like the anti-Semitic thing. I mean, it's definitely racism for sure. You know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate that we don't get the same respect. I think that's my only like thing with it. Like, yeah, I think
and I
Jewish
also,
people definitely have the right to
I
check
think it
whoever
says,
they want to.
I think it says a lot just because every once in a while, like you ever been in school and like elementary school era, and you might get into it with somebody who's like in the fourth grade, and you're like, bro, I can't. Like, you're mad, but I'm not gonna fight you. Like, I don't want to fight you. So, at what point are you just punching down?
Yeah.
Cause you could play it off like, man, these niggas tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at the same time, like, you choose to make a point just because there's an overwhelming sense of like mob mentality. Whatever type of energy people throw out there, you got to stamp out. And I get it. Like, I get it about trust me, we understand. Like, I understand being sensitive about race, but
We got
at what point do you just try to convey knowledge? Like, because I know there are plenty of times where shit's happen just in the hood, and you just like, yo, before it goes any further, let's just talk about it. Like, it ain't gotta be. It don't even have to be the slander. Like, we can just have
and
a
it's like,
conversation.
the argument is, if you like, listen, I don't believe this, but the people that are anti-Semitic feel like Jewish people have control of the media. But at the same time, I don't know if that's true. Like, when Rush Limbaugh was doing his racist shit, was Oprah and Jay-Z urging Fox News to fire him or deplatform him? Like, he did end up, like, I think he ended up getting deplatformed because he had, like, sexual assault allegations. But were our leaders,
Allegedly.
were our quote-unquote black billionaires, our black people with, like, finance, are they pushing to get these type of people deplatformed? Like, the way a Wiley or fucking or shit, or GenElect for that matter goes under fire,
Or Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon, yeah,
Don Imus.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
Don
Don
Imus.
Imus was a thing, but he was already so old. It's like I think it was convenient for Fox to fire him.
Low-hanging
It was
fruit.
like,
Again,
yeah.
I think sometimes people just want to prove a point because it's there, and it's not the shit that really matters. And I'm not saying that.
Rush Limbaugh is the healthiest looking racist I've ever seen. This motherfucker, yo, you look good, bro. You keeping it together, bro.
I see you, bro. All that eczema, you cleared up.
I'm saying, look at Don Imus, man. He looked like a fucking skeleton. Like he looked like death, nigga.
Yeah,
Get him a black cloak, nigga, and a sickle, nigga.
This nigga like the Emperor from Star Wars.
Darth Maul, nigga.
Darth Imus. Name of the pod. Darth Imus. Yeah, I know Patrice O'Neal went to bat for him too. Like, he was like, yo, he's a comedian. He was trying to effort to make a joke. He was making an effort to make a joke. And it's funny because I guess 'cause I wasn't paying attention to like C-SPAN and CNN at all times, or whatever news media, like 24-hour news cycle they had going on those channels. But I think it was probably MSNBC actually. he was
Had to
talking to him, and he was saying that there are so many people out here who just represent an ideal. They don't have a perspective. They don't really care about the shit they're ranting about. They just want to be in the spotlight. And there are people out here who are trying to do things. Not saying that what Don Imus said is admissible. Get that nigga the fuck out of here.
I do remember that clip. Now that you're
But
talking about, yeah.
but you can't take this approach with him because this is a sliding scale. You start taking it with everything, and you crush the creativity or the space for it.
It's tricky because, black people done gone through so much, like, in this fucking society. It's like, we deserve to be sensitive like Jewish people are. You know what I'm saying? We deserve even more, if not. You know what I mean? And we don't get the chance to. So anytime, like, we get the chance, we fucking throw all the arrows we can at the motherfucker.
Yeah, and it sound crazy.
We don't even always research what's actually going on
And
a lot of times.
And I think that, I don't want to say it, but being a black person who's dealt with people in racist situations, you almost either got to completely disregard it or take the high ground. Because in certain situations, I've had to explain to a motherfucker why something was racist. I remember somebody made a watermelon joke around me. I'm like, yo, you can't say shit like that. You can't say that shit. We not cool like that.
That shit is like a Holocaust joke.
Yeah, we not. And when you have to explain this on a daily basis, like, the one thing that I will say about the Jewish people have to their advantage is in everyday society, y'all look white. So when y'all have a conversation with somebody, they don't associate any bias until.
But in their defense, if you're white, they know what a Jewish person looks like. So
That's like Trinidadians and Jamaicans know each other's accent, and for everybody in the States, it's just like, yo, y'all.
Yeah, but so they can experience that type of shit within white culture. You know what I mean?
And that's why, again, to my point, like I think, even though it's dope to see all the unity on, like, I see protests still going on across the country, via social media. It's dope to see, like, allies. At what point do people stop finding reasons to divide themselves? Like, once it's one thing, now it's just right and left. Like, there is no color. It's just right and left.
But it's super spooky because black people are super divided. I definitely said this in another pod, but it's like you got Dominicans, you got Caribbeans, you got fucking all the countries in
Haitians.
Africa, and all the Haitians. You got all the multi-facets of blackness, but
That's why I said it then and I say it again, man. Like, if you black, bruh, I fuck with you. Like, at the end of the day, all the other isms fall far behind just because we got to figure some shit out. You see, if it's happening to us as a whole, why aren't we defending each other as one? Like, that shit doesn't make sense. Because that's how the people who are picking down on Nick Cannon, like, you punching down on Nick Cannon because everybody's unified in the idea that, like, any sort of anti-Semitic commentary is bad.
also though with Nick Cannon, I think the optics are terrible, bro.
Yeah.
You sitting by Professor Griff with a fucking turban on and shit. Like,
I'm not excusing it. All I'm saying
don't
is
dress
that
like Aladdin.
the same
when
way
you gonna say some racist shit.
the same.
That was in Moorish culture.
Yeah, I know, but
And I know he don't.
I don't think you should dabble in that.
Listening to another
Either
podcast.
you're in or you out. I think you shouldn't dabble in that.
Listening to another pod. I mean, I think anybody who creates a religion or an ideal started dabbling in other shit. Like, that's how the Bible got here.
Man, I don't. And it's a whole. The Bible got shit about eating children and shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Sacrificing your kids.
I don't know if that's the best.
It's not, but I'm saying, like, every ideal is built on the shoulders of some old theory or old religious
But
cult.
that's the problem. Like, you gotta be an individualist out here. You can't just, like, hear some shit and be like, you know what? I'm diving straight in, like, and put Professor Griff beside me. It's like, nah, nigga. You're
Nobody's supporting the optics.
Yeah,
Nobody,
the optics is bad. It's like, nigga, you're Nick Cannon. You're not Farrakhan, nigga.
And why are you jumping out there like that? You got so much more to lose.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, if we being relatable, like it's a teaching moment for somebody who really cares. And I hope somebody, out of all the backlash he received, I know they talked about this nigga committing suicide, man. It's cool, bro. You did Love Don't Cost a Thing, bro. It's
That
not
nigga's
that bad.
trying to get his job back, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad, bro.
Yeah. You did like 6 drum lines.
I
It was
got
only
the
one.
pictures. I seen you. But yeah, man, it's like I do feel like motherfuckers gotta relax. Like, why is everybody so sensitive? And I don't want to play the sympathetic Olympics no more. Like, not with my people. And I don't want to walk into a crowd of people who I like. I used to joke, all my niggas out here on the north side, we look like the UN because it's a Cambodian that look black, it's a Colombian that look Jewish, it's a nigga with dreads,
Even if
and
everybody's
6 jobs that ain't Jamaican.
even
You know what I'm
when
saying?
we all, if I'm kicking it with Joe and shit, it's like it might be me, him, Shivin. So we like look, we don't
The
look.
UN,
Yeah, we look like a fucking TV gang.
colors of Benetton.
Yeah, we don't care about our race.
You're like a Family Matters troubled youth
Yeah,
clique.
we do this shit together.
Eddie Winslow gonna counsel y'all.
Yeah, we look like an after-school special.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a '90s after school special.
Yeah,
What the fuck happened to after school specials?
I don't know, man. Kids don't learn anything nowadays.
I guess you got cable, man. None of that shit. The
You got
internet.
cable, and you got Love and Hip Hop and NBA YoungBoy. You
Yeah.
gotta just hope for the best between that.
Just put
Shout
some
out
out
to
there.
GenElectronica, ass shots and stripper poles for the eyes of my daughter. Yeah, but I don't know what the fuck how we got here or where we started.
Speaking of GenElectronica, what you been listening to?
Let's go into it. I thought about this before we started the pod. I've really been listening to the same shit. So, but I really dove into I fucked with the J Cole little 2-pack. I know I just shitted on J Cole the last episode, but I'm gonna show y'all this goddamn duality I got. But yeah, so shout out J Cole. Let me see what the name of that shit is.
I burped and blew
Lewis
it out
Street.
like smoke.
Yeah. Lewis Street is dope. I can't even front. It's just hard. I love when J Cole raps on people's beats that aren't. Yeah. I like if he raps on other people's beats. It's not a good look when he. Never mind. But a shout out J Cole, man. It's just hard. Light Pack. Joey Badass. I finally dove in like
I still
head
need to
first.
listen to that.
I enjoyed it, man. I like Joey, man. I always like Joey, so shout out to him. I did like New Famous Fates. That's like a podcast on Spotify. They got an episode about John DeLorean, and I also listened to the Bobby Fischer episode, which is really dope. So anybody get a chance to do that. I think that's. Let me shoot Sean some bell, man. Let me give Sean a live on air apology. He talked about war, man, and I kept putting every song in the tune of Why Can't We Be Friends and shit. And war got some shit, man. So I gotta take that L, man. I'm gonna wear that one.
We need an apology song.
Yeah, Draft gonna apologize and shit. But yeah, I think that's about it. Freddie Gibbs did that again. And also the trilogy by The Weeknd. I didn't like the last album by The Weeknd, but I had to get back into the classics. So yeah, that's what we did. What you got?
I went back through West Side Guns, Pray for Paris, and The Fly God is an Awesome God too. I after listening to Fly God is an Awesome God too, I like when rappers do shit that they're comfortable with. Like Pray for Paris is a definitely like a major release. But I fucked with.
To me, my favorite album. That was my favorite album from him ever.
It was, but I like this. Like I like it. Like it's like American Gangster for him. Like, I felt like I fuck with it, and I'm not necessarily looking for everybody else to listen to it. But I got favorites on there. Mostly the joints with him and what's this nigga name, bro?
Stove God Cooks.
Stove God Cooks, bro. Shout out Stove God Cooks, man.
I'm not the biggest fan because this nigga be too excited about selling drugs.
Yeah, but I like it, man.
Plug come late night.
Yeah,
nigga, I know
feel like you
drug
gotta
dealers, they never been that
harmonize about how
excited.
you whip coke. Like
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit I fucked with Max B for.
Yeah, but it was.
It was a lot better. It was a lot better, man.
It's just more hood.
Free the wave, man.
Yeah, free the wave.
But yeah, I've been listening to that.
Free the wave once again.
I went back through War.
Yeah, he got some shit. I apologize. I apologize.
I went through Why Can't We Be Friends album. Shout out Khalil. I listened to Mike again. Weight of the World.
Yeah, he got some shit. I just heard my brother was playing him the other
I just
day.
got the green light. Khalil on the pod, bro.
Oh yeah.
Next, bro. gonna say it now. I'm gonna text you tomorrow. A lot of NERD shit. I went through maybe. Um, I listened to Frontin' for I don't know like hours.
The radio edit.
No, not the radio edit. I went to YouTube.
Cause I feel like that's the only one available on like on streaming right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So enough of that music shit. What the fuck you been watching?
So I recently been searching through YouTube for random content, and like you, I was kind of on the mafia kick. So I went through this play by play on the historical movies called History Buffs, where they did Goodfellas and Casino. The Goodfellas one is so much better than Casino. But I've yet to watch The Wolf on Wall Street, but it's kind of like a mini documentary series that I've been fucking with. I watched Great Expectations. I don't know why. It happened to pop up in one of the sites I steal movies from. And
shout out to them sites.
I don't.
Been watching Harley Quinn all year. Nigga on that motherfucker, but go on.
I don't know why that movie's dope to me. It's one of those movies where I like the what's that version? The Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet. Like I don't know why I like that movie. I also like Basketball Diaries. Those weird ass gritty movies. Like I like those shits.
I like the Othello. I don't know why
Oh?
I placed it.
Oh.
Yeah,
O was dope too.
Yeah, with Josh Hartnett. Yeah. Was that Mike Epps?
No, Mekhi Phifer.
Mekhi Phifer. Yeah, it was Mike. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely Mekhi.
yeah, come on, bro.
I think that was the first movie I ever saw Mekhi Phifer.
Yeah, you mixing up In Too Deep with Paid in Full.
And don't you dare.
You know what?
Because
Ever.
that's not comparable at all.
But nah, man. What else did I watch this week? Did we talk about the Old Guard, that Charlize Theron movie that's on Netflix?
No, I don't even know.
Good
that.
movie, bro.
Charlize.
Charlize Theron has no ass, bro. I not the type of white chick I'm ever gonna be attracted to. But
This nigga looking for an Iggy.
yeah, I need something with. It's crazy. We was
Shout out to Piggy Azalea.
I was sitting in somebody's parking lot, lurking. But yeah, I seen women who I knew had to be prostitutes get out of the car, and I was just like, man.
Nigga, did you see the ones? The ones that I saw?
Biker shorts?
Yeah, nigga.
I was like, bro, this shit is obviously a lie, bro.
And it was a Benz outside.
Yeah,
You
she
saw
got
the
she
Benz?
got a man weave on her ass.
Yeah. That shit was stupid.
Man weave with extras.
I almost stayed in the place we were at. I was like, oh, I gotta.
Cause
do
and they was doing the most extra shit. Like, shorty.
Hey, nigga, welcome to my life.
All right, man.
Nigga. I've been
Homeless
trying to
people
tell
and
you.
prostitutes, bro.
That's the name of my next tape. Don't make too much of the title, man. I don't frequent either. It's just my reality.
It's what I see on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, man.
It's my life.
Child of the ghetto.
It's my life.
Shout out G-Dep.
Shout out Lupe. But yeah, what else I've been watching? I went back and watched Inherent Vice. I can't even explain it. If you fuck with Joaquin Phoenix, probably my favorite Joaquin Phoenix film outside of Gladiator. Nah, fuck The Mask. Her?
The Master?
Oh, The Mask. I didn't see The Master. All right, we'll have to check it out, man. Movie podcast coming soon.
Yeah. Taji just son, Sean.
Hereditary.
Just in case
Yeah,
y'all didn't see it.
yeah. I think so. We talked about the album podcast. That's probably gonna be on our bonus content. But we're also probably gonna do the movie podcast. I don't know when we're gonna find time to watch a movie and record a podcast about it.
It'll happen. But yeah. So stay in tune with the album podcast for sure. I think we're gonna do that very soon. So like bonus episodes, we're gonna break down the album. Just talk about what we think makes an album an album.
Or
pretty
talk
much.
about life. I want to talk about the time around the album.
But
drops.
that's what makes an album to me. You know what I mean? For
Well
me.
said. Touche.
Yeah. So yeah, all the ins and outs of just like whether it's like our position like adjuncts to what the content of the album is, or just
That was a random tangent. We was talking about Charlize Theron having no ass, and we ended up on album content.
yeah.
But yeah.
This is how we do it. Shout out Marcel Jordan.
Beep, 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 beep. This whole pod has been one big wash moment.
Hell yeah, we gave y'all Montel Jordan, Don Imus, nigga.
Shit crazy, boy. Darth Imus. Darth Imus so hard. that, that is crazy, bro. That happened by accident. You're welcome.
Darth Imus. Yeah.
But I ain't been watching shit. What you?
As I said at the beginning of the pod, I watched a lot of like mafia documentaries. I also what else did I watch?
God bless you, Taj.
I've been watching Always Sunny in Philly. So I started at the first episodes. You know, I don't know, man. It's hilarious to me.
To me.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm always watching The Office, kind of, and I'm always watching BoJack, kind of. So yeah, I've been sticking with the classics, man. I was like, but I low key pussyfooted into Daria. It's on Hulu right now, so I think I want to watch because I saw Daria.
Get ready to be depressed.
Oh yeah, but that's BoJack. No,
Yeah.
and they they have a character in BoJack that's like super similar to Daria, and they make fun of it too. But yeah. So I wanted to see Daria as an adult though because I know I was too young to be like truly depressed like I am now. So
So now I can double down. I can learn the history of my depression.
I gotta know, nigga. I'm gonna find Sorcerer Stone or some shit.
I would have fought Daria, bro. She seemed like the type of bitch that I would have, you know what I'm saying, the type of white chick that I would definitely double down on.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for
By
white.
double down, I mean like
I'm not ready for white
hopscotch.
white woman depression. This shit seems a little bit too misconglomerated.
Misconglomerated?
Yep. We gonna go with it.
Keep rolling.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in parentheses. Darth Imus, misconglomerated. But yeah, I wanted to see. I want to see that shit as an adult. So I kind of pussyfooted in my way, but I haven't like seen enough for me to give y'all a full take. But yeah, man. Always Sunny in Philly has been my thing last week, man.
Yeah, I mentioned I've been reading. I'm gonna try to bring in.
Oh yeah, Jerry Seinfeld. I watched 24 Hours to Kill again. Really dope. Yeah.
I haven't seen it. You
Really
mentioned
dope
it twice
stand-up
now. I'll sit down and watch
Yeah.
it. I was gonna start bringing up shit I was reading because I'm trying to do that more too. I recently bought the Book of Five Rings. Probably gonna end up giving it a sketch, but Miyamoto Musashi has a book that talks about. He's like a swordsman. It was written like 1645.
I wonder if Marvel stole Shang-Chi from that idea. Sounds like it, doesn't it?
Swordsman started young, had a bunch of fights.
He said
Wrote
like
a book
5
on it.
power rings and shit.
Possibly. I've never seen either, other than the
It's
book.
a comic.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. They're doing a movie.
it just talks about the importance of being well rounded. Essentially, like you look at one of the things I kind of figured out. I've been trying to figure out, as most people do, the nuance in life, like what creates drive or the patterns of successful people. And I've been hearing a lot of the same shit that I've been saying to myself and other people's narrative. So we had a conversation about art and music when I was getting tattoos, and I was saying how like at a certain point in school, I was told like I couldn't, like I had to choose between like either music or art. I couldn't take advanced art class and an advanced music class, and I was like, yo, since then you're always told to choose between like two options. Like you get the college preparatory or technical prep when you go to college, and after that your course is already kind of determined. There's no ability for variation, or at least you're not
Unless you're
told.
gonna do a double major. Or
You know what I
some shit
mean?
in college, yeah.
And I think that's indicative of a lot of the thought processes that people have now. Like you date somebody and they're like, well, you don't have a job where you good at suit and tie. Like it's a good bet they probably got a college prep background. You know what I mean? Or if you see somebody that's like, yeah.
Shout out Justin Timberlake.
I'm not even gonna act like I got that one.
Suit and tie shit. I be on my suit and tie
Oh, all right, man.
shit. Welcome to the future.
He can't catch them all, Hasselhoff. Swear to God. But
Shout out to Ash. All right, go on.
yeah, Book of Five Rings is really dope. I tried to go back through Factotum. I hate fiction, but I'm trying to do it because of Bukowski. Man, shout out Charles Bukowski, R.I.P.
Yeah, I'm
Real
like,
nigga.
I only fuck with nonfiction, to be honest.
But I the one thing I realized, I've been hearing a lot of narratives about fiction, specifically like older literature, like biblical text or religious text, and all of it is like it's a way to gauge the morality of the time. Like you can kind of figure out what people saw as important. So I think certain fiction, especially like high ranking fiction or historic fiction, is kind of important. But yeah, that's about it.
I'ma sound dumb and I ain't read shit.
Fuck a
Everybody,
book, nigga.
yeah, nigga. Nah. I just, I'm very spotty with my reading, to be honest. I feel like documentaries and podcasts are like my versions of reading. So,
Yeah, don't get it fucked up, man. I'm very lazy.
I feel like a
I made a
podcast
point.
is an audio book. You know
I
what
made
I
a point to mention it because the Book of Five Rings I listened to in a day on YouTube. I was like, man, I bought this book for nothing. That's why. Shout out to Sketch.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, so I listen to my little historical documentaries. I mean, historical podcast rather, and that's kind of how I get my feel on that type of thing. But
I had shit else.
I think that's about it. We are washed but washed up. Washed but not washed up.
Washed, never washed up, whatever variation.
Yeah, all the variations of that. I want to shout out to everybody in the places that's listening right now.
Are we doing country by country?
Yes, we are.
Mm.
Shout out to Denmark,
Iceland,
Iceland,
New Zealand,
New Zealand,
Mm.
Australia, Germany, Ireland, and these United
Shout
States.
out Conor McGregor.
Make sure I didn't miss nobody. Oh, India, man. I feel like I always forget to say India. Shout out to India, man.
Shout out to Indies.
Oh, no, I don't forget to say it. Because every time he says that, I'm like, man, I know so many Indians, man. You got to chill, bruh. But,
That's
yeah.
why it's dope.
I think that's, I'm not good at this. All right. Yeah. Shout out to United Kingdom, too.
Shout out to Atlanta, man.
Atlanta stand. The Wash God. Shout out to the gods and the goddesses, man. Keep subscribing. Keep listening. Keep
Share, like, all
keep
that good
sharing
shit.
all this shit on Instagram too. Follow Wash God's PC on IG, and check him with Wash God's PC on YouTube. And fuck with civil rights, man. Civil motherfucking rights. Album
Music coming soon, bitch.
Yeah, album coming soon. Wash
Just
God's
wait.
the album coming soon.
Hey,
I
branded.
just announced that. Yeah.
Washed but never washed up.
Washed but never washed up.